Hey guys, so this one is just a how-to and I'm literally just going to draw it on plain paper because when I first started doing these drawings, I did obviously, where did I put that? I did start to draw them and a lot of people said they couldn't see them. That's why I've changed to this angle. So what I'm going to do is from request. Sorry, two sets. Hey, there it is. Right. From request, I've been asked to basically go back and show you how to draw the floating eyeballs. So that is literally like page 2, but obviously I do respect and understand that you couldn't really see it properly, so that's why I'm doing it. I'm literally just going to do it on, this is just A4 plain paper. Personally, when I like to draw on plain paper, I like to draw on a little bit of a wad because it just makes it easier for you to draw it. It gives it a better effect, but that's just me. So again, I'm just using my normal pencil and I'm going to go over it in the normal black fine line pen that I always use in all my videos. So I might not necessarily draw this entirely to scale from what the book is, but it will show you the gist and how to do it. So, right. So first of all, you've got what I did in the book and what I think you should really do, first of all, is you need to place the eyeballs itself. So they're literally just circles at this point. So I'm trying to make sure that you can actually see me. So first of all, this one's quite a big eyeball, so just draw a circle. And I say it doesn't matter if it's a little bit scruffy because later on you actually have to cross hatch it and hatch it, so like shade it a bit. So that will sort itself out anyway. Right, so good, you can see that. So then you've got another eyeball, I'd say about here. So that's 2 of them. And then the final eyeball you've got, I'm just going to move that up a bit so you can see better. It's just down about here. So just to the left of this eyeball we've just done. So again, they're all about the same size actually, to be honest with you. It's just the different ways they're looking. So have I got... Oh, is there it? Yes. Right, I'm just going to redraw this one personally for my preference. You know, I can be a bit fussy. Right, so that is your 3 eyeballs pretty much set in place. And I do say it's always best to do it this way just because it gives you an idea, because you've obviously got to do the strands that attach the eyeballs together and it just makes it easier for yourself. So first eyeball we're going to label them, and I'm just going to do this 1, 2 and 3. So we're going to start with the first eyeball, so number 1. First eyeball is actually looking in that direction. Okay, so it is, so that's the way you need to draw it. So first of all, just draw almost like an oval shape, because what you're going to do is you're going to draw basically another circle within the eye itself. Like that. So in the eye you want to draw another little circle and almost like a little tooth, I guess, or just basically a little triangle pointing downwards like that. After that, what you need to do is you need to go kind of like round the outside of the eyeball itself, but only halfway, so only on this side here. This side here is what you would look in your, if you looked in the mirror and would see as the coloured piece of your eye, so of your iris. So all you do with this is just do a couple of little shaded lines like that, because these eyeballs, preferably in the bits I've seen in the book, don't have colour, so it's not like I can tell you to colour in blue, green, red. So that's pretty much done, and then you just need to cut, oh hiccup, you just need to colour this bit in here. So this bit is just plain, you know, just plain coloured in. Like that. So you can see it's pretty much looking to that side. So the last things you really need to do on this eyeball is, over here you need to do, where it's attached to the threads of the eye, I can't think what they're called, but basically you need to draw them so they look attached. So this bit over here, you need to draw a triangle like this, just so you can see where it's attached, and then you need to do like a wavy little line, because obviously they're not all thick lines, going back into it like that, and then just another little couple of lines like there, and then over here just a few little thread lines. So that is pretty much, we're going to shade it all at once at the end. So that is pretty much that eyeball done. So we're going to do the eyeballs first, and then I'm going to show you how to attach the, how to attach the retinas and all that lot together, so it looks like they're floating, etc. So we're going to eyeball 2 now. Eyeball 2 is actually facing or looking in that direction. Okay, so it needs to look in that direction there. So this one, again, this one's quite easy. So what you need to do is draw a complete circle, and don't make this one as big as the last one you did it, right? That circle, then just draw yourself another tiny little circle, and then as you did there, go around the outside edge, but this time the whole of the outside edge of what you've just drawn, the circle you've just drawn. So again, this bit is completely coloured in, like so. And as I said, this bit around here is basically the colour part of your eye, so you don't need to just do like a couple of little nicks like that, just to create the illusion. So this one here, again, what we're going to do is we're going to do this part. So this one, I'm trying to think how to word it. Basically, it's a bit more 3D than the last one. So start off with this corner here, as you can see, and then you need to go over it like that. I don't know how I did it on this one. Yeah, and then join it up like that. So what you're going to do afterwards is you need to rub out kind of like that little line in the middle, so it looks like it's coming over the top of the eyeball, like that one. So you need to do 2 of those, so basically one next to each other. So we'll do it again. You basically go over like that, as you can see, and then rub out the bit in the middle. Pretty much like that. YouTube. Right, so that's the left hand side done of that eyeball. So we're going to go over to, or the right hand side, sorry, we're going to go over to the left hand side now. You need to do another one of those on this side, but it's bigger basically. So you basically just do exactly the same, just going in the other direction, like so, and then you got to rub it out. So that one turns out like that. This one is just plain flat to the eyeball. You don't have to do any 3D. So that is that. So that's pretty much eyeball 2 done, I said, apart from the attaching part. So we've just got eyeball 3 to do now. So this one here. Okay, so this one's really, really easy. All you need to do is draw one circle dead center, then draw another circle round that circle. You need to do 2 little white dots because they're going to be where the light's shining in the eye. Colour this one in. Like so, and this one's pretty much left plain around the outside circle, so you don't even have to do anything with that one. Only things you need to do is kind of a few little hairline flicks like so, because this one's obviously just a little bit more veiny, like so. There we go. So that is pretty much your eyeballs drawn. So the only things you really need to do now is this. You need to attach them to each other. So we're going to attach this one to this one first, and then we'll attach the others by going around bits and bobs. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to draw a line like so, leading to that eyeball, and then draw another line kind of almost like attached to that line, like that one. And then this line is a bit more hard. You need to go into that to make it a bit more 3D, and then it comes out on that side there, and then just attach this to that, and then you follow that one on there. So that is them eyeballs are joined now. It's pretty much as easy as that. So we're going to do this eyeball now to this eyeball, because that's how they are attached in the book. So first of all, we're going to go for the biggest line. So you need to start, I'm trying to look where I need to start, about here. And you need to go in kind of like this. And then join that up to that eyeball. And then this bit here, you need to do like a half circle like that. And then you have to do that to it. So this one here has actually got, I'm going to do some of the lines. So it's got a line there, and you need to draw a line in the middle of that one there. Okay, as I said, I'll shade all this in and show you how it's shaded in the book afterwards. Right, so now we're joining this strand to this eyeball. So this eyeball is definitely the easiest one going. So I'm going to rub this 3 out because I actually need the space. So it's pretty much just a strand like that. And then this eyeball actually has some extra strands kind of on this side. So all you need to do for this eyeball again, so I do think this eyeball is actually the easiest one, is that. And then it almost has like a little bit so you can kind of see it 3D-ish. So that is all the eyeballs joined to each other. So it's that easy. So I'm just going to rub out the 1, the 2, and the little kind of arrows I did so you can see what direction they were. So making sure you can still see all that. Perfect. So next we're just going to cross hatch and hatch. So as I've said before, that is hatching. And that going over the hatching is called cross hatching. So that is how it's actually shaded in the book. So that's how we're going to do it. So first of all, we're going to start on this eye here. So our eyeball number 1. So what you need to do is you need to kind of go up like this and then come down. And it actually comes down a little bit further than that. I have to check it. So it comes down to about there. And now you need to just go over this, as I said, and cross hatch it. Like so. Now, you need to do another little bit of cross hatching just there. Okay. And the next bit to do is kind of inside the eye. So this bit of vein, you need to kind of just colour in a little bit. And what we're going to do is, when you do this, try and do it in like the, almost like I'm doing, so it's kind of circular motions, so that you can, it almost goes around in the roundness of the eye. So you need to do that, and then kind of hatch it like that. So, right, so the next bit you need to do is just here. What you need to do is pretty much just hatch a little bit there, like so. And what we're going to do is we're just going to jump to this bit here, because I'm just finding, because it's always best to do these easiest bits first. So we're going to hatch a little bit there. Okay. The next thing we need to do is actually do some here. So it follows on kind of from this bit. So first of all, I'm just going to do a little bit of shading in here. So just basically drag, all I do is drag a few lines like that. So it just doesn't look perfect, because you don't want it to look perfect. Right. So the next bit you need to do is basically I've just done that really quickly so I can get a little bit of an idea where I'm going with it. So just basically just shy of touching that eyeball, and then you pretty much hatch it just like we've done all the others before, like so. Right, the next bit we're going to do is actually here, so you need to just do a tiny bit of hatching there, like that one. So in here again, just do really a few little thin lines to make sure they don't look perfect, and same kind of in these little strandy bits, so like that. This one follows on out here, so you need to just do a little bit of cross hatching there. As you can see, I'm just gonna continue that bit there a little bit because I missed that bit. Right, a lot of cross hatching. Right, this bit here we need to do a tiny bit. Really is like, because this bit isn't hatched. This bit is just this isn't cross hatched. Right, this bit is just hatched. So it's just some lines, and then it needs to kind of follow on just about there, as you can quite easily see. So I have drawn these eyeballs bigger than I would normally draw them in the book, but I've done that so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So this bit here actually follows on to the end of this eyeball. And as I said, just do some lines in that one because I forgot that one. Right. So the next bit you need to do is here. And it is pretty much just a tiny bit of cross hatching there. Like so. The next bit you're going to do is actually in the eye itself again. So this one's quite more basic. It really is like a couple of lines in kind of a circular motion. And that going there. Like so. And I'm just going to do a little bit more around here because I said I don't want this eyeball to look so perfect. And then we've just got two more bits of hatching to do. So first of all, you need to do a bit of hatching, and it needs to go in that direction. And then this bit kind of joins onto that, but it goes in the opposite direction. like so. And just checking, yeah, they are meant to actually join into each other. So just join them into each other like so. So that is pretty much done. So this is my version, as I've told you guys, of how to draw the floating eyeballs. I'm not going to say to you it's perfect, because it's not. Nothing I do on here is 100% perfect. I've always said that to you guys. I've never lied to you. Really? Thanks for that. So it's pretty simple. I don't think it's that difficult to do. Obviously, remember, obviously these bits are hatched, cross-hatched, sorry, and this bit is just hatched. Ouch. So in the first copy of the book, and the copy that I'm doing for you guys as a tutorial, which is here, you can see I haven't actually coloured them in pen. I don't like to do it, to be honest with you. I'm very against it. Does that make sense? I don't really like to colour every drawing I do in pen. I don't think it makes the drawings look any better sometimes. Sometimes I personally think it makes it look worse. So I'm not going to colour this one in pen either, because personally I don't think the pen would do it any justice. Maybe I'm just probably not as good when it comes to the penmanship as I am with pencil. I've always drawn with pencil, but preferably that's how I'm going to go. So, but this one is obviously on request to, obviously, you guys. So you guys asked for me to do this one so that you could see how to do it. So this one is, we're going to, obviously, the floating eyeballs. Just so you can see that one. So this is just the floating eyeballs. So obviously let me know what you think. Tell me if this really helps you. Also, don't forget to hit me up on Twitch, on Instagram, on Tumblr. I do Twitter as well, and obviously I am on the Xbox as well. So I will leave all the links below to all those things so that you can obviously see. Obviously, get my words up, sorry. So you guys can obviously hit me up on all of those. Feel free to ask me any questions. Don't forget, if you really like this video, to hit the like button. It really, really does help. You'll be surprised, honestly, how much it really does help. So, also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Obviously, I will be putting more videos up. Today is going to be a very big video day, so I'm going to put this one up. Then I'm going to do the cursed doors, and I might do a few other pages depending on time. But yes, definitely take a look and let me know what you think of that one. Obviously, don't forget, if you're new to these videos, there are loads of other videos that I have got and done, so you can hit them up and have a look at them. Obviously, there's loads of Gravity Falls stuff and there's gaming stuff as well. But thanks very much for watching. So, bye.